Peace to all. I hope everyone is having a dog-free week, day, month, year. I hope things are completely dog-free, no problems. You know, your neighbors are in check. They know their role if they have a dog. And I've been having a great dog-free year. Yeah, no complaints other than a little bit of a close call. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? One of my neighbor's dog. Thankfully, it wasn't a Pitbull. It was one of those. I don't know. I don't know my dogs other than a Pitbull. You know, brownish little. I don't know what it's called. Like little curly brown hair dog. Got loose for the first time. Just roaming the like just not just roaming the street in front of my house, and it actually came on my yard. It did. This disgusting worthless mutt came on my yard. I was about to go out and do something. I can't remember what I was gonna do. I was gonna go do something, and every time I step out, you know, I'm always cautious. I'm always cautious of if there's any dogs loose. Because when you step outside my house, you can't see everything. Because on the left side, the whole house kind of blocks a corner. You have to step out there to see it, to have a better view of what's going on. So, knowing that I have several pit bulls in my neighborhood, and practically almost everyone has a dog, I step out, and I'm very cautious. And I step out slow. I just observe, listen, look, and I just go on my way. But that one day, I did it again, and I noticed that there was a worthless mutt. My neighbor's worthless mutt roaming the street. The thing looked lost. It looked incompetent. The thing obviously did not know how to take care of itself because it's roaming like some kind of idiot. When you make sounds, I kind of made sounds like whistling sounds, or I slammed the door. The dog would always look. Someone else would slam the door, and the dog kind of, I guess, jumped a little bit. So, again, dogs are incompetent. And I was like in my garage. I was just looking. Like this dog was loose. I came on my yard, and I wish if I was, man, if I was really, you know, I hate dogs, but if I didn't give a shit, you know, and if I did not give a total shit, I probably would have taken out my sword and gone for the head. But the dog came up out of my yard, and it's just walking up and down the street, and I'm watching it. You know, I'm keeping a good eye on it, and the other neighbors in the area, I haven't seen them before. They found the dog, and you know, they noticed the dog is loose, and they rang the doorbell, but the dog nuts weren't home. So next thing they did was they followed the dog, and they captured it, and they held it in their hand. And as they're holding the worthless mutt in their hand, a few other people, you know, I think maybe 2 more people gathered around her as she held this worthless mutt. And it looked just awful. But other than that, I've been having a superb dog-free week, days, summer, and I hope it stays like that. But I don't, you know, it's not fair for me to gloat that I'm having a dog-free day or week while there are children and babies forced to live with these things, and they're dying and they're getting attacked nearly every day. While truth is, I'm staying comfy in my own house, in my own neighborhood, all good, and it's not fair. It's not fair that A dog hater like me can live so comfortable, so relaxed while we have babies and children, elderly, getting killed and attacked by these dogs every single day. And this is why I'm here. I mean, I come here and I give you my 2 cents on this dog culture, and that's at least something. And I really wish, and I want to do more than just come out here and spew a little few words, because it's not fair that we have babies, man, a day old. Like, that's a day old. Like, I think that's been the youngest, like a day old. I don't think I've ever heard of a maybe like a couple hours old baby getting mauled by a dog. That would be the worst. But nevertheless, man, it's just bad how these babies, children, whether it's by their parents' dog, relatives' dog, neighborhood dog, they're getting attacked overseas in North America, South America, India, all over. And it's not fair for me to just be sitting here and spewing. I want to do more. And the best thing I can really do is become, a punisher and just hunt these dogs down and just put them down. Because this dog culture is getting worse. And people are so blind. They don't see the correlation of being, I guess, depressed or mental illness and these dogs. There's a big correlation here going on here. I think the more dogs we have, it's the more problems. But people aren't getting it because this dog culture lies. The media lies. The dog industry lies. And they make dogs seem so 100% good and great. In fact, they are not. They're the worst thing. They're the biggest distraction. The worst that is living among us. They are. And I was thinking, like, I've been meaning to do these videos for a week or two, but I've just been so busy, just not in the mood of making them. But I was thinking, like, in recent news, there's, these school shootings, these mass shootings, and what are they, and like what, and how are they reacting? They have security at schools, technology. They're trying to ban guns. They're extra protective of students in the school, all that stuff, in order to keep children, teachers, and people safe. So they're able to they're able to be, I guess, proactive. And I'm not gonna share my 2 cents about this, but generally speaking, they're being proactive in order to keep people safe. They have a lot of policies and procedures, and everything is ready to keep children safe. How about with diseases? Again, we're proactive with it. And if you do get sick, there's medication, there's treatment for that. They don't just let the disease ruin you, I mean, maybe in some cases, but overall, generally speaking, we want to get rid of the disease. So they treat it. They have ways to prevent it by washing your hands, putting a face mask over your face, social distancing, getting your Pokédoke. There's so much procedures and policies. It's like they want to eliminate the disease. Flu, any disease, cancer, any heart problems, their injuries, they have things in order to eliminate the problem. They don't just sit there and watch the problem destroy people. Generally speaking, they don't. Same with school shooting. They don't just... Again, they don't just watch and just watch the school shooter. No, they take proactive steps in preventing this from happening. This is what they do. They don't want school shootings, so they take steps to prevent it. They don't want diseases, so generally speaking, they take steps into preventing diseases. How about car safety? There are many rules, laws, procedures, policies. You got to go through written tests, driving tests. You got to get a license. You got to pay for it. You got to follow these rules, governments, laws, all of this in order to keep people safe. Not just those inside the car, but the passengers, the pedestrians, even maybe other animals, property, in order to keep everyone safe. So they have these things in place. And if you are a bad driver, they suspend your license maybe for a year or whatever, or for permanently. So these people take steps in order to keep us safe and to protect. And to protect people. And there's seatbelt safety, car seat safety. You go on the news, they talk about car seats, websites. It's all over in order to keep people safe. In my area, they've been putting up these speed bumps in nearly almost every residential area now. Where I've been living there for 16 years, I've never seen them until now. Why are these here? They are here in order to protect children. There's school buses go here, children go to school. They're here to protect other pedestrians, civilians, people walking, property. Because people are speeding and it could be dangerous. So they put these precautions in there. Does this really stop speeders? I would say sort of, yes, no. But they do something. They actually do something in order to reduce speeders. But when it comes to dogs, nothing is being done. There's nothing being done. Nothing. You can't compare this dog culture to school shootings or mass shootings. It's not the same because they take action for school shootings. They don't take action for dog attacks or with dogs. They take action for diseases. They don't take this type of action, Band-Aids, health, surgery. They don't take that action when it comes to dogs. Car safety. They take action. You get tickets, again, suspended, lose money. They do this in order to keep others safe. They take action. They took action on the roads as well. And also, a lot of these bike lanes and bike lights have been going up near where I live. There never used to be there. I bike all the time. I've never had a problem with biking. There's a couple incidents where, a doofus driver, almost nails you. But I've been riding my bike for many years and I've been doing good. I'm alert. I'm aware of what I'm doing, know where I'm going. I've been alert. But a lot of these things have been going up. Bike lights, bike traffic lights, bike lanes. And again, it is all to keep people safe. Because a lot of cyclists have been killed. Maybe not where I actually live, but I guess all over. Cyclists have been killed by, cars. So what do? They take action. So why aren't actions being done regarding dogs? And just killing a dog after it attacks is not proper action, because people are still getting dogs, and other dogs out there still exist attacking every single day, but nothing's being done. And when they report on the news that a dog is attacked, it's just a little blurb. They kind of sympathize with the dog. The dog didn't do this. This happened. Dog put down. Dog may get put down. And the story, we never hear of that story again. None. Like, no action is being done against these dogs. None. These lawmakers, the government, are not doing anything. They're, you know, and again, it's not fair. Like, I'm a good driver, 0 tickets for all the time I've been driving. 0 tickets. I don't really speed as much, but I don't speed like a reckless driver. You know, I obey the laws, the roads. I watch where I'm going. I always let pedestrians have right of way. I obey the signs. So why am I also being punished with these speed bumps? Why not just punish that one person or that couple people? But yet, these dogs exist and remain in our society after attack and attack and attack. And not just attacks. We got the diseases. We got dogs being annoying. Dog owners being reckless and ignorant and arrogant. Dogs being invasive. Dogs just being ugly. Dog owners, again, being invasive as well. Not obeying, signs that say no dogs allowed. But yet they still bring their dog. Not just that, there are dog nuts that will cut off their dog's tail. They will cut off the dog's testicles. They will cut off the dog's ears. They will dress the dog. They will paint the dog, airbrush the dog, probably put tattoos on the dog. Some are even making out with their dogs. This dog culture is madness. It is 100% madness. And I was at work, and I don't know why they do this, but every day, every day, they're playing news every day, 24/7. I hate the news. Is just depressing. It's too negative. All they're talking about is, all due respect to families and everyone else, but all they're talking about is death, someone dying, someone killing, death. It is just too overbearing. Nearly everything on the news is just revolving around death. You can't catch a break. You're in there, you want to have your lunch in peace. You got to hear about someone dying nearly every single day. Man. Every day. But with that being said, there are some cons to that, of having the news. But hey, I could just use the internet and look up things. But as I'm in there at work, some blurb, none of these stories, I can't remember which one it was exactly, but some blurb about a dog being missing came up on the news. And I'm like, who the hell cares? So they talk about death, killing, death, politics, death, sports, death. They take a little break, and the only new thing that they can show is some family who's missing a dog. Really? Like, who cares? Who cares, man? I just wish news was just way more positive. Way more positive. because it's just so negative. It's just nothing good on it. It's just like, I want to eat my lunch in peace. I want to sit there in peace without hearing this stupid news, seeing it every day. It's just it's annoying. It's annoying. It really is. Another thing that I saw the other day driving home, and I went over this in another video. I noticed two children, but really one child, no parent supervision, walking a dog. I think it was one of these white fur balls. And people may think there's nothing wrong with that. A child walking a dog. But there's a lot of things wrong with it. There's a lot of things that can and could happen. One, what if a pit bull, again, like we've reported, again, pit bulls don't just attack people. Pit bulls also attack other dogs. So what if a pit bull from out of nowhere came charging and attacked their dog and the child and the children? What are these, like, fragile? They look maybe 10, 11 years old. What are they going to do versus a pit bull? If grown men can't handle, and grown women can't handle a pit bull, how is a fragile little boy, what are they going to do to defend themselves against a pit bull? How are they going to protect their fur ball dog against a pit bull? They can't. They can't. If that pit bull wants to kill them, that pit bull is going to kill them. Pit bulls, dogs in general, again, they don't just attack just to leave you alive and walk away. They attack you to kill you. Maybe not to eat you, because a lot of times these dogs will just kill for sport, kill for fun, kill just because that's what they do. Another thing that is wrong with children walking their dogs alone, depending on the size, even depending on the size, let's say a German Shepherd, or let's say this, if this dog wants to run and chase, another squirrel, another dog, that child is going into the dirt. We've seen grown men and grown women get pulled into the ground when their dog pulls on the leash. I've seen men struggle to hold their dog. Women struggle to hold their dog. So how the heck is, let's say this is probably like a 1-year-old. What is a 1-year-old going to do to prevent this dog from throwing her into the dirt? Nothing. What if this dog, let's say the child walking a dog like this, what's stopping this thing from attacking the child? Again, parents, they, let's see if okay, hold on. Again, a lot of dog nuts. They trust their dog or dogs more than they trust their own children. Had the dog maybe for a year or two, whatever, and they think the dog is, perfect and it's not going to do any harm. So they will allow their child to hold the leash of a dog. Take this picture or video. Next thing you know, something happens. What if another dog sees this dog and decides to attack? This child is also going to get hurt. She's going to get in between the crossfire of these dogs attacking. Another thing wrong with children walking their dogs, again, if it's a busy street, like a very busy street, and you know how impulsive dogs are, you know how scared they are, You know how much anxiety they get. What's stopping them from, again, pulling the leash and driving these children into the street of a busy road? What's stopping them? There are videos of dogs literally walking into trains. Dogs, the smart dog, man's best friend, literally walking into oncoming trains and getting plowed. So if dogs are ignorant of a train, ignorant of, there's also the motorcycle, there's bicycles as well they've ran into, what's stopping them from colliding into a busy traffic when a child is holding the leash? If grown men, grown women cannot handle a dog, why is this dog culture pushed on children as, again, innocent and playful? And this is not realistic here. These types of pictures, if you can see the whole thing, these types of pictures are what brainwash people, brainwash children into falling for this dog culture. A child looking at this, it's very colorful, enticing. You got flowers, butterflies, grass. It looks like a nice, beautiful day. They think people looking at this picture may feel great and may think, hey, I want a dog too. But the reality is this: dogs are dangerous. Dogs can cause harm. They spread diseases. And again, children are the most vulnerable when it comes to dogs. Sometimes I just find things. I had no plans for this. Sometimes I just find things and I click. What age can a child walk a dog alone? Let's see what these people have to say. I think I went over this one time. It says she felt shock and anger, fear after a neighbor called police and then state investigators, all because she allowed her 8.5-year-old daughter to walk their Maltese. I don't know what kind of dog is this. Sounds like a liquor. Again, a lot of these dog names are just so bad. Around the block, and she was mom shamed. Whedon, who homeschools her kids, said she tasked her daughter Dorothy with walking the dog to give her some responsibility and independence. It's unclear why the neighbor first called the police. It could be that anonymous neighbor isn't really so anonymous, and that she and Whedon have had dispute in the past which has not been revealed. So perhaps this has nothing directly to do with Whedon's daughter, and the neighbor wanted to get back at her. It could be the neighbor truly feels the daughter walking the dog alone is unsafe. So this occurred in the relatively well-to-do Chicago suburb of Wilmette. This didn't occur in the inner city, but what if it did? Does it matter? So they don't really answer the question. So they don't answer the question. Just another dog nut. We can see it. Yeah, there's another dog nut website. They don't answer the question. What age can a child walk a dog? But they just pretty much paraphrased from an article, we previously read maybe a year ago regarding this issue. And the answer is no child should walk a dog, period. Not even adults should walk a dog, period. They shouldn't. And I think this neighbor did the maybe she's a little bit snoopish or a little bit of a snitch or something, but this person did the right thing. Whether this is a Maltese or a Pitbull, German Shepherd, a tiny little Chihuahua, she did the right thing, because who knows? Again, what if there's a Pitbull out there, another dog that comes attacking the dog and attacking the child? What if that happened? What if this dog is big enough, or whatever the case may be, and pulls this girl into the street of an oncoming car or truck? No child should walk a dog. None. It's absurd that this in particular person wants to give her child responsibility and independence by walking a dog? I gotta take a drink for that, man. Hey, I want to show my child, teach my child some responsibility and independence by letting them walk a worthless mutt. Dog culture is full of foolish people, man. They're very foolish. Very, very foolish. One second. Yeah, so I was gonna say. Yeah, so I was trying to look for I Hate Dogs had mentioned I'm sort of paraphrasing. Not his words, these are not his words. But from my perspective, from what I understand, there are at least two types of Pitbull owners. And I was trying to search for an example, but I couldn't find it. There is like the tough, gritty, let's say dog fighting Pitbull owner who uses force to train these worthless mutts. And then there are the let's see, the right word, they're like the delicate, let's say the delicate Pitbull owners who, kind of like this, who do this kind of crap, who are all loving and they say it's all how you train it, and they're all sweet and nice and gentle with their worthless mutt or their Pitbull, I mean. And that was a good point. I think most attacks that are involving Pitbulls often come from, I guess, the delicate dog trainer, or even maybe the slobbish dog or Pitbull owner. That's where most, or the passive Pitbull owners. So there's passive Pitbull owner. There's the slob Pitbull owners that look disgusting. Overweight, bad hair day. They don't shave. They don't groom themselves well. They wear whipped bad clothes. They don't know how to dress. Then there's the delicate owner like this, and then there's the passive Pitbull owners that just allow their Pitbull to do whatever they want. And then we have like the tough, the one that uses like physical force. The one that uses like physical force in order to train or to make the pit bull do what they want to do. They use chains, they whip the dog, they beat the dog, they go through dog fighting. They're tough. They don't take any nonsense. And I think, in my opinion, I think I would trust a aggressive, tough guy pit bull owner over like a delicate slob or a passive pit bull owner. Because oftentimes, not saying any of them are better than I'm not saying any are better than the other, because they're both dog nutters, they're both pit bull nutters, and they're both, contributing to this pit bull, this pit bull, I guess, sacrifice of children and anyone else. But a lot of these delicate pit bull owners and slobs and passive pit bull owners, this is where most of these pit bull attacks are usually coming from. You think this lady, I'm not gonna, no, I'm not gonna throw that, but sometimes it's like these pit bull advocates seem like they seem so slobbish, ignorant, foolish, passive, delicate. And they blame the owner type things. They treat this dog like a child, like a human. They treat these pit bulls like any other dog. And then the attack happens, and what do they say? It never did that before. Or, that never happened, and they sweep it under the rug. Or they blame the victim. Or they blame themselves. But with these tough, gritty, aggressive dog owners, I think they know how to put these things in check. And again, I'm not saying any of them are better than other, because again, they're both pit bull nutters. They're both contributing to this dog nuttery. And they're still both awful. But at the end of the day, you got to think, hey, maybe these gritty, tough pit bull owners, they have a point. Maybe you gotta use a little bit of force against these. What is this? These pit bulls, these bully breeds. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta strangle them. You gotta choke them. You gotta whip them. You gotta get a bat. You gotta show them who's the boss or the master or the alpha in the pack. That's what you gotta do. But a lot of these delicate pit bull owners, they just look at this nasty shit. They're just ignorant and blind. They're foolish. They're reckless, immature, ignorant, arrogant, disrespectful to themselves and their family. Instead of using the right force, they rather just be gentle with these things. But are these things ever gentle with a child when they're attacking them? Why are pit bulls the most returned, and why are they, taking over dog shelters? Why are they the most returned? It's very confusing here. We have this pit bull push. Well, people are getting rid of these things. People are getting attacked by these things. But yet these pit bull advocates are oblivious. They play dumb. Look at this. And speaking of children walking dogs, how is this appropriate? This doesn't look right. This looks nasty. Man, this looks nasty. dog trainers, experts say not to do this? Man, look at this. Look at this shit, man. Man. I think I said my piece. Yeah, it's just people culture is bad. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna continue with not today, but in the future, continue with the movie commentary about these worthless mutts in movies and TV shows. The next major one that I'm planning on doing is going to be DC League of Super Pets. It's I'm not really sure what the movie's really about. I don't even think I've seen the trailer. Maybe I've seen like a little bit of it, but then I saw the dog and I just was like, I didn't bother finishing it. But I think this one should have a lot of dog nuttery in it. Dog promotion, Pitbull promotion. There's no doubt that this film is filled with it. Again, from what I know, I think there are 2, maybe 3 dogs. So it's a League of Super Pets, and out of all of them, it's the dogs that they're 2 dogs. So they needed 2 dogs. You know, everyone else could just be 1. You could have 1 picture. You could have 1 turtle, 1 pig, 1 squirrel, but everything else has to be 2 dogs. But anyways, we'll once that the DVD releases and I get it, I'll be doing a commentary regarding that. Otherwise, I'm going to end it there. Again, I hope everyone continues to have a dog-free day, week, month, and year. Keep safe. Be vigilant, if I pronounce that word right, against these worthless mutts. If you know you have neighbors that have dogs, just be very cautious. Stay strapped with some kind of weapon. Be alert. Ears should always be working. Eyes should always be working. Use your intuition, because sometimes you just can feel if something is not right. Next thing you know, there's a dog right beside you. With that, I say again, have a dog-free week, and thank you for watching.